We are together for the 4th video on the journey of wealth creation. Today, I will talk to you about the $100,000 rule. Actually, I am not the first one to voice this rule. It is Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's valuable partner at Berkshire Hathaway. Charlie Munger says the first $100,000 is very difficult, but you have to do it. Do you walk everywhere or eat things bought with coupons? He is talking about discount coupons in America. I don't care. Find a way to save the first $100,000. After that, you can take your foot off the gas a little. Now today, I'll explain to you why you should do everything in your power to save that first $100,000. I will prove this to you with math. Then I'll suggest some methods for saving that first $100,000. I will also explain to you that it's not just about saving $100,000, but also how you should increase your annual savings and how to increase the return you get on your annual money. Because all of these things allow you to reach wealth much faster. Let's take a closer look at the magic of $100,000 now. First, let's talk about the power of compound interest. Even Albert Einstein says that compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. Here's a question for you. Someone comes and makes you an offer. They say, I'll give you $1 million right now. Or I'll give you just 1 cent right now, meaning 1% of a dollar. But let's double this amount every day for the next 30 days. Which one would you choose? I'm sure many of you are thinking, I'll just take my $1 million and go. The guy might change his mind. Right. But if you look at the math, the result is a bit different. I prepared a simple table for you to see this. On the first day, you got your 1 cent, 1% of a dollar. You feel a bit like a sucker, and your friend is making fun of you. The second day, 2 cents. The third day, 4 cents. You're still very poor. By the time we get to the 10th day, it's $5.12. Your friend might have even spent the $1 million already. On the 11th day, it's $10.24. On the 12th day, $20.48. We keep doubling it every time. We've reached the 20th day. You're still super poor. Your friend has $1 million. If they haven't spent the money, you have $5,242. But if you're a little more patient, things start to change all of a sudden. On the 21st day, it's $10,485. On the 22nd day, $20,971. On the 23rd day, $41,943. I think you get the story. But the surprise is very shocking. Just by the 28th day, you've reached $1,342,000. By the time you reach the 30th day, you have $5,368,709. You started with just 1 cent. By the 30th day, you have $5,368,709.12. Even this remainder is almost 12 times your initial money. That is the magnificent power of compound interest. If you keep investing money consistently at a high rate of return, after a while you reach staggering gains. So what does this have to do with our $100,000 story? And I'm sure you're saying right now, does money really double that easily, Teach? Of course it doesn't. That's why I'm now going to explain why $100,000 is so important in a more realistic scenario. 100% returns aren't that easy. Let's settle for a more modest return, like 7% annually. Meaning you can earn a 7% return on the money you set aside. If you are investing in the American stock markets, the S&P 500 average is between 8 and 10%. If you deduct interest and expenses, you get 7%. So this money can be earned in a very simple index fund, an ETF. In Turkey as well, many investment sources currently offer you much more than 7% annually. For example, Turkish lira interest rates are currently between 45 and 50%. And since the dollar isn't fluctuating much, they're given almost 30 to 35%. So there are always opportunities somewhere that are above 7%. But let's say we are extremely conservative and are satisfied with 7%. We have locked our money into 7% ETFs in a very safe place like the S&P 500. And let's say we can still save $10,000 a year. I mean, if you're married, you and your spouse scrape and save to put $10,000 aside. Now don't tell me, Professor, who can put $10,000 aside? There are plenty, for one. Second, that's a separate issue. I mean, not being able to earn money is a separate topic. But I know that many people don't build wealth, even though they earn money. So for today, let's focus on those who do earn money. We'll discuss the topic of earning money separately in future episodes. Now, when we turn what we've explained into a table, at the end of the first year, you have saved $10,000. I'm assuming you deposit the money all at once at the end of the year, just to make the math a bit easier. That's why your money didn't earn anything that year. It has zero return. Including the interest, our total money is $10,000. At the end of the year, your money's still $10,000. In the second year, you added another $10,000 to the system. And the interest on that $10,000 you added in the first year came in at 7%. As a result, with the interest, your money from last year went up to $10,700. You'd also added $10,000 yourself. We've reached $20,700. Let me explain the math for one more line. You've reached the third year. You deposit another $10,000, hopefully. In this case, you remember you had $20,700 the previous year. and the 7% interest brought in $1,449 in interest. Thus, your $20,700 from the previous year increased to $22,149. And with the $10,000 you saved this year, you've reached $32,149. That's how the math works. Looking at it this way, you can reach $100,000 roughly in the 8th year. So if you can get 7% interest and invest $10,000 regularly, you reach $102,000 by the end of the 8th year. And since we invested $80,000 over 8 years, we've had a return of around $22,000 from where we invested the money. How many years did it take? 8 years. Now, things change a bit after this. If you continue in the same way, you aren't a better investor and your income hasn't increased either. It takes much less time for you to go from $100,000 to $200,000 to $200,000. While it took you 8 years to earn your first $100,000, this time you reach your second $100,000 from the 8th year to the 13th year, meaning in just 5 years. Reaching the third $100,000 is even easier. Look, in the 13th year, we have $200,000. In the 17th year, we have $308,000. This means we can now save $100,000 every 4 years. If you can continue like this, just 3 years after the 17th year, in the 20th year, you surpass $400,000. If you can continue like this again, just 2 years after the 20 year, you reach $490,000, which is almost $500,000. And then things get crazy. Between the 22nd and 25th year, meaning in 2 years, you add another $100,000. Then adding $100,000 becomes easier and easier. In fact, when you reach the home stretch, you become able to save $144,000 in 2 years and reach $944,000. Now you might say, Professor, what about the effect of inflation and so on? Those are separate calculations. Right now, we're looking at how the math works. So what does the math tell us? It says the first $100,000 is very difficult. It took 8 years, but then adding a new $100,000 on top of that first $100,000 drops to 5 years, then to 4 years, then to 2 years, and then almost to 1.5 years. And what's more, this is just with a 7% interest return. So you can think of this like a snowball. If your snowball's very small, the new snow it can pick up as you roll it down the hill is small. But if you are rolling a large amount of money down, in that case, the money it adds on top grows. I call this the scaling of capital. I mean, you know how they say in Turkish, money attracts money? It's exactly that situation. If you are starting with a substantial amount of money, your money grows very quickly with almost 7% interest without taking any risks. If you're starting with a small amount of money, things become more difficult. In this case, you need to reach $100,000 as soon as possible, and it would be great if we could shorten your process of reaching $100,000 to a shorter period instead of 7 or 8 years. For example, what can be done for this? Perhaps the increase in your annual savings can be increased. I mean, instead of constantly investing $10,000, you can save a little more each year and save 5% more than the previous year. Look, in this case, we've reached $100,000 in the 7th year. Remember, a moment ago, we still didn't have $1 million even in the 30th year. This time, we have reached $1 million in the 25th year. And notice that the rate of return hasn't changed. I just earned more money, or saved more, and increased my savings. By increasing it by $10,000 the first year, $10,500 the second year, and $11,025 the third year. No, I can do even better than that. If you say, my spouse and I are very hardworking, we find new sources of income, and we save a lot, and you manage to bring your annual savings increase to 10%, let's see what happens then. Suddenly, just in the 6.5th year, meaning somewhere around here, you reach $100,000. And reaching $1 million takes much less time. You can reach $1 million somewhere between the 20th and 21st year. Let's add one more miracle to the math. Let's say you are a good investor. You are a member of the Houdini Ass Club, Push Your Limits Club. You are able to manage your money better. Maybe your annual return isn't 7%, but 10%, which isn't even that high of a return. The money I earn on my average annual savings fluctuates between 20% and 25%. And we're not even investing in altcoins or super risky stocks or anything like that. I mean, we're generally in larger stocks. We're in Bitcoin and so on. And honestly, we're very comfortably making 10% annually on average. Some years go poorly, but the next year compensates for it. We make 10%. When you get to 10% savings, you would have reached $100,000 between the 6th and 7th year. But reaching $1 million starts to take only 19 years. The math behind this is that simple. You can play around with these numbers as much as you want. As you increase the number, reaching the next $100,000 in savings becomes much faster. So what does this mean? First, increase your annual return, meaning become a better investor. Improve your financial literacy and earn returns above 10%. For example, if you could follow my 20% annual return pattern and save $10,000 in the first year, and if you could increase your savings by about 10% each year, it would take you only about 15 years to reach $1 million. Actually, we could even say shorter, 14 and a half years. Look at this. Between 904,000 and 1,122,000. Is becoming a millionaire in 15 years a bad goal? Not at all, though inflation will erode some of that value over time. That's all fine, but no matter how you look at it, since US dollar inflation is currently around 2.5% to 3%, this represents significant savings. And moreover, it is in your hands to grow these numbers much further. If the mathematical tables have fallen into place, then we need to focus on the two items there. First, we need to increase the money we set aside annually. In other words, we need to be able to increase our savings. The higher the savings, the bigger the snowball gets and the faster the process accelerates. Second, we need to increase the rate of return on the snowball. In other words, a snowball we roll down from a high hill with plenty of snow will not collect the same amount of snow as a snowball we roll in an environment with little snow and a very slight slope. And this is what we call financial literacy. So we need to improve our financial literacy to ensure a high annual rate of return. There are many tools available for this, and I am one of those tools. Watch my videos, join YouTube memberships. We are reopening the Houdini Ask Club soon in a different format. As you know, it's currently at full capacity. Join that, but I'm not the only source. There are people producing very high quality content, and there are books. It's an incredibly rich world. How can I become a better financially literate person? Then you wouldn't go and invest in gold, which at best just keeps up with inflation. You wouldn't have such high hopes for real estate, except for times when interest rates are super low. You'll find much higher quality investment vehicles. You wouldn't keep your money in dollars, you wouldn't keep your money in TL. You would do the right things to ensure your money grows consistently. The second topic, but in my opinion the more important one, is the amount of annual savings. And what does that stem from? What is your income? What are your expenses? Many savings experts are currently offering you some suggestions on how to reduce your expenses, and I support those suggestions, especially until you reach your first $100,000. Because until you reach that first $100,000, every single cent, every single dollar matters. Every bit of money you don't waste will help grow your $100,000. But more importantly, in my opinion, is income. Because on the expense side, there is a limit to how much can be reduced. And I know that, especially under the very difficult conditions in Turkey, many of us have already cut expenses to the bone. With rent, school fees for the kids, and mandatory expenses, there might not be much left over anyway. In that case, income is more important. So how do you increase income? We touched on this a bit in 3 previous videos, but we will go into more detail. And one last topic. Your savings shouldn't be disrupted suddenly. If you are forced to pay a significant portion of your $100,000 savings due to a sudden blow, let's say for a medical expense or damage to your home, you will be in trouble. For this reason, don't get me wrong, I don't have any sponsors, no insurance companies or anything, but you absolutely must view your insurance expenses as an important line item within your own budget, because I've seen plenty of examples of this. A friend has saved up quite a bit, then suddenly a major expense comes up. Their car catches fire, an illness strikes in the family, their home gets damaged, and their savings melt away in an instant. You can't replace that. That's why you absolutely must set aside space in your budget for insurance expenses. The rest is easy. Well, how easy is the rest? How's it easy? We will continue to talk about this in upcoming videos. Creating wealth is a journey. We are talking about the different formulas and steps of that journey. Reaching the first $100,000 is, in my opinion, one of the most critical steps. Please, as soon as this video ends, think about how you can reach your first $100,000. But don't think about doing this by going into altcoins or making very risky moves. How can I reach $100,000 using more reasonable, controllable methods? Can I get it from someone? All of these are part of the game. But if you can reach that $100,000 honestly, without doing anything illicit, the rest is much easier on the path to building wealth.